I believe last time we left off, we were about to roll the initiative. Does anybody want
Or
to?
punch her in the face.
Yeah, well, it appears that that is going to be happening, unfortunately, because he had to.
Despawn.
Yeah, he had to sort of despawn, but that's fine. Who wants to let everybody know where we were before the face punching?
In a non-GM way, or should I just go ahead?
I was kind of like opening the door because at the end we did a thing where Ali and Dante kind of snuck off a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then we did some like in between session stuff. So
I really like it because you were touching, rubbing shoulders and whatnot.
I don't know what you're talking about. So yeah, no, I was leaving it up to Dante. There you go, Dante. What'd you do?
Stuff.
What did you do?
Um, so we wrapped up the last session with Hex, Jet, and Sue getting confrontational with some gangers that were eyeballing our rental van. Dante and Allie took the opportunity to use them as a distraction without informing them of such and snuck off to go and look at the site of the shipment. And then during downtime in between sessions, Allie and Dante were looking around. Allie found some inhalers that were covered in a mix of red paint and potentially red blood. Dante was investigating a building and found some weird tunnel filled with water and signs of some bumps. Then he went over to investigate a metro station and found a cult. What seems to be a cult, anyway.
And Jet tried to play the whole confrontation thing off as a distraction for uh, Allie and Dante.
That sounds mostly correct. Um,
Well, what did I get
There was
wrong?
there was also a statue made to look like a metahuman, some sort of prayer, I believe, in the whole shrine area with the statue. Uh, Dante was standing at the foot of some stairs with, I think, a woman pleading with what sounded to be like a bunch of gangers saying, "We've already given you uh, something, just leave us alone." And yet, I can't remember my telephone number most times.
your
I
telephone number
mean,
isn't very interesting.
it's the best thing ever when people actually remember your adventures and stuff. So thank you guys.
Let's test that. What is your phone number?
All right, that was hyperbole. All right, screw you.
I mean, I was just
What?
trying to get you to say it on air to be recorded forever.
I'm not an idiot in that way. I'm an idiot, just not that way.
I can remember his phone number.
You just be looking
Really?
at
Let's
your
test
phone.
that.
Now, would it be great if he said, "Okay, hold on," and you hear Jet's phone ring? That'd be awesome.
But yeah, no, that's more or less the gist of it. And as I kind of mentioned, Sue has had something come up, so he is not going to be with us this evening. Um, and I believe we mentioned to Rott that this was perfect considering where we left off last time with somebody about to get sucker punched.
Yeah. So, like, unfortunately, because of house moving and possible DJing, um, Sue's character, as he was just about to get punched in the face, gets pretty much punched in the face. Um, and for a giant this big, it is pretty surprising that he in mid like gathering mana and mid like looking scary and everything, kind of folds. Like goes long, like I don't know how to say it, drops on the ground and stuff.
He is lifted bodily a handful of inches before landing with the sick, wet flop of yesterday's newspaper from the rain.
Thank you. It is 2 a.m. But yeah, that was awesome. Leaving you, Jet, with a bunch of giggling sort of gangers who are standing there. One is, just like shaking his hand a little bit because he punched a giant. It's like rubbing it and it's like,
Jet is going to crack up. Oh man, I credit to you guys. I've been wanting to do that for ages. Man, he went down like a bitch.
There'll be a text message over the DNI letting you know kind of where Allie is and that she's got her rifle.
Listen, I did kind of set him up.
Just Ellie, make a perception test once more, and Jet, continue.
Any particular flavor?
Visual.
Oh man, listen, I'll admit I did kind of set him up for that. So, real talk, I'd appreciate it if you didn't strip or steal the van. But no skin off my teeth. It's not my deposit. Thanks for knocking out that douche.
If I remember correctly, earlier you came up saying stuff like, just, oh, you better just like back off or something.
Yeah, it was. I'm trying to play it off as me.
I know.
Setting him up. So what do I got to roll?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, some kind of like, I am just kidding roll, please.
I don't think I have that specific skill.
Although it
substitute
should be
another one.
Haha section of the book, like deception or something.
Etiquette. I guess I could default on my con. What's your decision on that one?
I'd say that's kind of a con. Although, if you have something like a gang etiquette or just like etiquette in general, it can be as well, I think.
Okay.
Let me see skills.
I'm rolling right now.
Ali, with your successes, remember the vials I described to you that were lying on the top floor of the destroyed underbuilding? You can see at least one of those with like similar red paint markings and stuff attached to the belt. One of them, just like as you take aim, you notice that.
I'm sorry, you said it was where?
Attached to his belt. One of the trolls.
Okay.
At least one of them. Jed? Are you satisfied with this level of success?
Doesn't matter, I pre-edged.
Huh. Okay.
So, let it be known that I did roll a 24 on my initiative.
Yeah. He did. So unless someone else wants to do anything, like the troll that punched Sue sort of stops rubbing his fist, gets like up close and personal, sort of disregarding Sue right now.
I'll send out a message that he's got some kind of combat drug on him.
He will sort of like get face to face, inches away from the situation with you, Jed. It's like, I just punched your friend. What you gonna do about it?
I don't think. Screw it. You all know that I have the voice distorter on.
Yeah. Although it did sound pretty fun, you trying to do it all the time.
Yeah, well, I'm sick of it. Listen, I think that you misunderstand. He's not my friend. He's a coworker.
Well, you stood next to him, and you backed him up.
Listen, if
Like,
we're gonna do this, then we can do this. I'm just trying to give you the out. You want to beat the shit out. You want to beat the dreck out of him. Have at it. I really, genuinely do not like him.
I was gonna send a message of let me know when you want me to take the shot.
I send a message back, but I really want to see Sue get the snot kicked out of him, with a smiley face at the end.
Warning shot?
Uh, just wait for my signal.
Shouldn't you just kick Sue then?
Yeah, but then I can say that, I didn't do it. It's not like he's gonna remember.
so I'm gonna say something along the lines of, since you got like twice their initiative, you can do something before they get really, really aggressive.
Do any of them have their weapons drawn?
One of them holds something like a metal pipe. That's like, they don't seem, at least right now, particularly armed. They seem riled up, if anything, but not armed.
I'm gonna message over to Allie. Warning shot right between the leader's tusks. Just show him that you're there.
Right between the eyes.
No, tusks.
Ah.
Tusks.
So shooting him in the mouth?
That's like somehow better.
I'm sorry, horns.
Oh, right. That was like a
Screwing
perfect
up,
warning
yeah.
shot situation.
I mean, that's my favorite kind of warning shot.
And that would warn the rest. So they defend with their a lot of dice, I guess. Oh no, so you're just shooting next to them.
Yeah. Specifically in this situation, because it may come up, I got a silencer on there, so they may see a muzzle flash from me shooting at them, but
Mm-hmm.
that will worry about if they try to find me.
Okay.
But yeah, no, they probably maybe just like a perception test to see if they
Mm-hmm.
realize what kind of went down right there. Because in this situation, the silencer's kind of coming back to haunt me.
I'm figuring that some exploding concrete would probably let them know what's going on.
I don't know if -2 dice is enough for the silencer, but still, you're in this situation where you have like a split-second reaction, and the troll is a little slow on that. As he's standing like right in front of you, the concrete explodes on the wall next to him, and all of them jerk suddenly, like cover their heads and stuff, get back a few steps, and then just like wildly look around, and kind of, keep looking around. So Ali, at least right now, you seem to be hidden. One of them whispers, half says something like "damn trogs," and he sort of backs away against the wall. And one of them sort of looks at you
Last chance.
with a look of betrayal. Next time, man, we're gonna get you.
Same bad time, same bad channel, baby.
He does the thing where he points two fingers towards his eyes and then towards your face, and then sort of like they all run away, and like
Yeah. Before they run away,
fashion sort of.
Jet, a tactical retreat. I get it. Yeah. When he gives that little, I'm watching you signal,
Mhm.
Jet puts his two fingers to where his lips would be on his ballistic mask and sort of like gives the, like little kiss, bye bye signal.
Mm-hmm. Now, Ali, do you want to hear them talking? yeah, you basically heard everything.
Yeah, no, I just to assume that I heard the little bit of
Um,
exchange there after I shot them.
And I'm also gonna say, Jet, you saw them reaching for their belts like instinctively before taking a fight.
Yeah.
Although you didn't see anything in particular. Sue is lying next to you. They sort of retreated, and you can see at least two. I mean, Ali. It's more like Ali can see at least two faces, sort of from the buildings next to you guys, like looking through the window. In a what's happening? Should we run fashion? Then disappearing. The street is more or less empty, right? And Dante, as you're sort of uh, stealthing, you can hear a shot echoing corridor. So I think we're gonna do Jet first. So as you're standing there with Sue, he's like, but he's like more or less out.
First, Jet sends Allie a little, GIF or whatever the 2070 equivalent is of, like a chef doing the whole like, kissing his fingers and like, for the international symbol of it's delicious. And then he hauls Sue's butt into the van.
Well, I'm not gonna make a roll for that. That's silly. Jet is like a powerhouse, so you kind of haul him to the van. What is Hex doing during all of that? Because I know where everyone else is.
My assumption is that Hex didn't necessarily get out of the van, and as need be, she might be locking and or unlocking the van. Those are a lot of big, scary trolls, and she may not necessarily want to go fist fight them.
Sure. So you kind of saw Dante and Ali move away, and then Dante promptly exiting the building and then going the corridor, which is marked with an arrow, like half next to the one of the red hearts. And then Jet comes along, hauling Sue, and Sue has a little streak of blood down, trickle of blood coming down from between his eyes. Ah,
That
thank
was
you.
nice.
So,
I guess
like,
I'm
no
going
talking?
to use first aid and ask what happened.
He's fine. He just got a little too big for his britches. Got knocked out.
You almost in real time, you can see his face losing boar attributes, becoming Sue face again. As he sort of stops channeling man's.
He tried to ham it up.
Oh God.
I'm sorry, wait. He tried to ham it up.
Awesome. So you got 4 successes on your first aid skill.
That means I get to help patch up one level of damage.
Well, I'd say that's enough. You place like a little band-aid in his eyes. From your expertise in the field, you'd say that yeah, he got sucker punched in between the eyes. It was kind of a lucky shot. It doesn't happen often, but he was stunned and apparent just is out for a second.
Just put a
So
soy
I kinda-
steak on it.
So I'm gonna
It
kind
was.
of do.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of do the galls or whatever in the center in like a little diamond shape, with a little X over it, so it looks like somebody out of oh, what is that anime? Fooly Cooley.
Oh god, I
Oh
feel
no.
woefully unanimated.
No, it's cool. I have no idea what the hell he's talking about. I was thinking of the replacements.
So for people who don't watch anime, like Fully Cooley is probably the weirdest anime you will see.
And this shocks me not at all that this is Hex's go-to.
No, actually, not at all. Next, she's gonna pull a TV out of his head.
It
You
was
could
against
sell that.
Harlem at the time with a ripcord like a lawnmower.
So while this is happening, and you guys are dealing with your situation, Dante, you're sneaking down said corridor, going towards the voices. I'd say that with your perception test, you sneak around the corner just like a little bit, and you can see a gathering of people like a few steps away. And as I described the voices, oh, is there something you want to say before I continue? Because
No,
you
I'm
kind
good.
of did roll on stealth.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know.
Oh, and Jet relays what just happened with the phrase, he went down like a bitch.
That is possibly what distracts you, Dante. Anyway, you look around the corner and you can see a gathering of what can only be described as homeless meta people, standing in two lines, and a bunch of, like, with your expertise in the field of being in Seattle, like, I don't know how to describe them, homeless aid people. They're like giving out some packages. They're giving out food. They're using the abandoned uh, metro station as a sort of like a station right now. You can see a van parked down in the where the tracks are. You can see some packages out, and you can see a bunch of orcs dressed in like green and purple, all sort of carrying rifles, who are what you can only describe as guarding the whole thing. They're grumpy, they're talking to each other, and you can see an orcish woman that is like doing, like, commandeering all the things. She's talking to homeless people, she's talking to the gangers, walking all around the place and commandeering everyone. Far, far behind all of them, you can see a metallic wall that closes off the metro station with like a couple of technical doors in it, and with all like black and yellow tape saying like danger, do not enter, uh, susceptible to cave-ins or whatever. And as you sort of look around, you do a quick look, and you get the message, and you linger in like a second too long for your own good. And I'd say you can easily manage to hide, but you're pretty sure you were spotted by one of the orcs.
Could totally just do it where the gunshot happens as I'm peeking around the corner and everyone turns to look.
Sure. So, well, somehow you looking around, you notice the whole
Yeah.
situation, you take it in, and then one of them sort of like looks this way. And what happened? Who'd like to do stuff? Is it Dante or the guys near the van?
Allie send out a message. Come on, we need to catch up to Dante.
Roger. Hex, you're coming with me.
Hopefully we won't, find big scary trolls.
They're gonna come back. Sue is a douche. He made his own bed. Let him lie in it while they're stripping the van. Come on.
So, for the record, are we leaving Sue in the van that they're stripping?
That's a question I
Going
wanted
to.
to ask as well.
Going to strip, probably.
We can send it autopilot back and deal with getting out of here on our own later.
I'd like to do that so we don't have to deal with Big Bob wanting his money.
Yeah.
That's a thing you can do.
Yeah, just have the autopilot follow the course that Jet drove.
Sure. I think it's easily achievable with modern tech. So the car just you close the car, you set in the coordinates, it just turns around and starts driving back.
Give me an arrow. We'll meet you.
What is happening? It's like a
in
blizzard.
windstorm?
I'm gonna pretend that he's chasing the new kitten under a stack of blankets.
I'm not doing
Microphone's
anything.
just rubbing against him.
So who's in a blizzard?
Alright, so Dante's gonna wave at the one guy that noticed him, and then just casually turn around and start walking back up the stairs.
So so you sort of don't look at him. You sort of look at him for a second, wave at him, and start walking back because that makes you, you just cover up your vision with the sidewall and you just go back, right?
Yep.
Okay. So what's happening for like next few moments? You just woke up, and you can definitely from this distance hear like some what, like what? Come here, let's check it out. Like a few orcish voices, which I don't mimic very well.
Coming from where I'm leaving, or coming from... Okay.
Coming from where you're leaving, so from behind you.
I went out for a nice stroll at night and I got lost.
So once I'm out of eyeshot, I guess I'll start picking up the pace, hearing that people are gonna come investigate, and I'll head back over towards that room with the water and the tunnel and such.
Okay, so this drawing I made is not up to scale, but it actually takes you like a super short time to get out to the corridor, and everyone can see you just, casually jogging out of the corridor. And as they are walking your way, actually. And the van is slowly moving away.
Okay. So, is it the blue X where we're going?
Yeah, kind of. Blue X is where the down entrance to the, yes, exactly, the lower floor.
Alright.
Ali is still somewhere like above the blue X, unless she went down.
Yeah, no, I would go to meet up. I was the one that actually said, "Hey, let's go meet up."
Sure.
So Dante will flash some DNI to everyone real quick to hurry and get off the street.
Okay. So as you're walking down, you can clearly hear some steps behind you. You can see two. You can hear. Could I get a stealth roll from everyone who's like, trying to duck out of sight into the building?
I'm guessing that doesn't count for me, right?
Well, as you got out of eyesight and sort of went up above and met up with your team, I'm going to say go ahead. God damn it. So there's this situation. I'm gonna interpret this like this. There's this situation when they step out and it's like Dante walking out, like, get off the street! And he immediately gets off the street and ducks into the building. Jet, split second later, jumps after him and into the corridor, leaving Ali and Hex sort of stranded a little bit as the two orcs walk out of the corridor with rifles, sort of looking around and noticing them. And one of them sort of yells something along the lines of, "You! You! Who are you?"
Do these guys look like they have the same markings as the other guys, like gang style?
First of all, those were like you could no. The difference is pretty clear. The trolls were like marked in red and were like more crudely sort of painted, while those orcs are pretty much dressed in green and purple, not like painted over. But yeah, they're dressed in green and purple, more or less. So no, they don't seem like the red ones.
Okay.
So, Hex is going to be all like, just another orc lover down here looking for some orcs that need loving. She sends a DNI to Jet. Help.
One of the orcs sort of like first of all they sort of stop, gets to them who you are. One of them turns to the other and is like, "A breeder chick. Check this out." And they like smile and slowly get closer to you. Now I imagine Ali is what? Covered?
She probably has her ballistic mask on because it was just in a like situation. However, that's probably not going to cover the entirety of her
Yeah,
freakish
I was
nature.
about to ask, do you have like ear
She
covers?
she totally hasn't gotten like a freak faced mask, so it's not sitting on properly. Uh, but when Hex starts like just some orc lovers, she just face palms.
I can't help it. I
Okay.
panicked, okay? She sends a DNI to Allie. I can't help. I panicked, okay?
Well, the immediate reaction as Hex, just one of them looking at Hex, unsure, lowers the rifle. The other one keeps staring at your head, Ali, and is like, "Whoa!" And
Dante,
they both,
sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I don't know. Go ahead.
Dante, did you get my message?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. Carry on.
They stare at you guys. One of them, the one that's looking at Hex, is sort of nudged by the other one. They both start staring at Ali's head a little bit. "That's awesome. I mean, what you guys doing here?" And he sort of like pulls the rifle up a little bit.
She's gonna like shift position to kind of jostle her rifle that's slung across her back. So it's like, yes, I also have a gun, but I'm not pointing it at you. It's like, we're just here doing a thing.
So
Mm,
with that, Dante will step back out into the road with his back to the orcs and just motion to Allie and Hex. Right this way, miss.
Hex is not
you.
just to get the hell out of the alley if she can help it.
One of the orcs sort of looks at Dante and like, then points at you with the rifle and is like, "What were you doing downstairs? What are you guys doing here? This is Trog territory."
Dante is going to ignore him and continue motioning towards the building.
Okay. You know what?
And Jet is going to walk out, see the two girls, and turn to Dante and say, "We have this handled?"
Yes, everything's fine.
Okay. So as this happens, one of them raises his rifle up as he's continually being ignored and shoots like one bullet in a loud sound.
Allie jumps.
"The frag are you doing here?"
Jet immediately levels his gun at the source of the shot.
The other orc also levels guns at you. It's like the tension is going up.
Dante's just going to turn around. and face the orcs now with his arms crossed in front of him. Can I help you, gentlemen?
Not you, reader. I'm talking to him. And he sort of points at Jet, and the other orc is pointing his rifle at. I mean, one of the orcs is pointing his rifle at Jet, and the other one is pointing at more or less everyone. And you can hear some maybe footsteps coming from the corridor behind them.
Sir, should I stand down or open fire?
Oh, just take it easy for now.
Jet lowers his gun.
Allie's ears are going to kind of twitch at the sounds of people approaching. With 7 hits on an auditory, can I kind of get an idea on how many people?
It's just like an additional 2 of them, and they're not even with that many hits. You can say that their walking pattern is reluctant. They don't really want to go this way, like dragging their feet about it. Either way. Oh, you wanted to say something, I assume, with that.
I'll just put out maybe 2 more coming.
Funnily enough, the orc that's pointing at Jet lowers his rifle and is like, I don't think there's a need for it being violent. He sort of gives you an once over. You guys are on business here?
Yes, sir, we are. We got turned around a little bit. Planning to be out of your hair in just a little or just a minute.
You got a word to the boss?
I don't think I have, no.
Well then, things don't really have to get ugly.
I certainly do. Why don't you guys want to go get some lunch on me?
Yeah, that sounds nice.
How much does it usually run you? What's your favorite place to eat?
One of them sort of makes this funny face as he is obviously a little dumber than the first one, and says like, "Our favorite place is the one that costs 300 nuyen."
300 nuyen.
He sort of like laughs a little bit.
Guys, come on. Like, let's be professional here. I can see you guys are very good at your jobs and you know exactly what you're getting yourselves into. 300's a bit steep. I'll give you 200 just because you seem like such upstanding, intelligent people.
Go ahead and roll stuff. I would say like what, a negotiation kind of roll or something?
I was gonna go with con.
Oh, go ahead. I think it's also appropriate. A billion dice, I assume.
Not a billion.
That would be big.
Only 999 something million.
Okay. The first orc sort of recognizes his chance, and he sort of like hushes the second one. Cool. That's cool. I mean, why not? Just try not to, flush those guns around. It's getting pretty ugly. We didn't get paid for ugly.
Yeah, again, I'm sorry about that. We're just a little bit jumpy. And Dante will start walking over with a cred stick.
Okay. I mean, he takes it, rushing a little bit. He sort of like takes it out of your hand, turns around and starts, no need, guys. I mean, let's keep protecting the whole thing, just like, and he sort of starts ushering people back into the corridor. And he bumps into like 2 orcs. They don't seem to like notice you or anything. The second one gives you another look, then makes another like as he looks at Ali, shakes his head, starts slowly walking away.
Jet tucks his submachine gun back underneath his jacket.
Currently, you seem to be all alone in here. And the sounds continue. Corridor.
I feel the need to point out just this way that went. Hex goes, I love orcs. I'm looking for orcs that needs lovin'. Sends a DNI to Jet.
Mm-hmm.
Help me. Yeah. Jet is going to send a DNI to Hex, and in fact, everybody. Hex, you really need to tone it down with your dangerous troll fetish.
Hex is gonna do
Although you
what?
can talk, you know.
Yeah,
Hex is
we
gonna do
can.
what? I panicked, okay?
Sure. Dante, what was that about a boss?
I have no idea yet. Don't know that it concerns me right now. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Ellie, looks like you got a fan club.
I'm gonna assume that they're standing next to each other, and she's just gonna punch and/or elbow you.
Right in
Violence
the ballistic
doesn't-
math.
And against the mystic armor. Yeah, Ellie, violence doesn't negate the truth. So what's our plan? And this is over DNI.
Oh, so you're all kind of, if I imagine it correctly, you're sort of standing and just not talking together.
I'm going to start walking into the building.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we're heading
we're
into
gonna-
the building.
I'm not gonna I mean, I could describe what I described earlier. I'm just gonna pull up my thing so I don't make a mistake. So there are more or less 3 rooms in there. Considering one of them is the corridor itself. Some trash, some bullet shells, and empty like beer cans or whatever. One room is the boiler room, which has traces of someone making a fire inside. One is just a general sort of basement kind of room, with also some furniture, like three-legged chairs and such. A bedroll and some empty cat food cans. And at the end of the corridor, there's like a hole underneath the wall, water dripping down, full of water. And I'm just gonna say, like Dante saw it, so on closer inspection, seems to be some kind of a tunnel, and the whole thing is like pretty big, pretty wide.
So, if we were to get pinned down here, that would be our only exit, right?
There are at least 2 narrow, like basement windows in the say the basement building.
So when we come in here, Allie's gonna notice the cat food, and she's going to be hand on the short barrel shotgun, and we'll point it at uh, Jet if he goes to turn around to say anything.
What?
She's anticipating you making a joke about the cat food cans.
Really?
So she wants.
Okay.
So like, if you turn around and be like, "Hey, are you hungry?" She's gonna be like, "I'll fucking shoot you."
Jet hasn't made that kind of joke yet, so
Oh, I
screw
thought
you.
she did.
No.
And that's what anticipating is.
Yeah, we may have some emasculated gangers looking for some retribution, so let's keep our eyes open.
Sounds reasonable.
Alright, let's keep moving, I guess.
So you wanna go where? Because that's like the extent of the building. And as I said, and I will like make a more or less, as you guys are, let's say, near the blue X, right? And there's the metro station, which will be more or less this. Let's try to move. So more or less, the metro station is here, like this. The crowd is here. It is not up to scale, so just saying, but it is somewhere around here.
How
And
dare
the
you
metallic-
not get it down to the millimeter?
Yeah. So the metallic barrier is sort of like a closed off section of the subway, which blocks the line through behind the X. And you know, the corridor place. And your coordinates are more or less this way.
Okay, so we're coming out here.
This is the hall, and this is the building, and you're yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this is it. You need to get somehow this way. And as Bridge said, he knows of two entrances to that tunnel where the whole hijacking occurred, and both of them controlled at the moment. So unless you wanted to get in with the gang itself, the Sons of Bam, and you said you didn't, you had to get in another way, if I remember correct.
Allie's gonna put her mask away because with a crowd of people here, she doesn't want to like look at me. We're obviously here to cause trouble.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea. And then Jet, of course, will slip his goggles back on.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can assume safely that whatever I said, you guys all can see. It's not an investigation right now.
Yep. Do these people have like any markings, I guess, for some kind of allegiance to one of the two gangs we've kind of run into?
You meant the orcs?
Yeah, you said there was a
Because
bunch of
right
people.
now, the bunch of people is in the X over here, and it is down the corridor that done to investigate and was seen.
The guards, they were wearing purple and green, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did we stumble into the Jokers from Batman Beyond?
I'm gonna leave that without an answer.
All right. So from what we're seeing, it looks like the quickest, easiest route over to the X is going to be swimming through under this wall.
Possible. Oh, and they are like drawing splash marks around the hole. Just Dante saw that.
Yeah. So did we have we walked past over here? Does it look like there's any other way through? Did we see anything?
I
big?
mean, there are buildings over there you go into, but seems like the next sort of quote unquote metro station, maybe non-existent, maybe quite a way off. There's no obvious entrance.
Should I scout the tunnel? The swimmy tunnel?
Can you swim good?
Yeah, reasonably. I mean, granted, last time I went for a swim, it didn't go out. It didn't go all that well. But
That was
Here's
for
hoping.
punchy reasons.
Well, I wholeheartedly endorse you going first.
yeah, the disposable orc.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that, like, as the whole stench goes through Ellie's nostrils, you're gonna feel at least one other smell, and it is a very unique kind of ugly smell that it is different from everything else you might assume is trash, sort of like garbage, refuse, and stuff around you.
Is it death?
No, it's more like something really, really stinky. A living person smells something. and it's all around the place. But that's just like extent. Go ahead, Hex.
Yeah, Hex is gonna let you know I'm not a very good swimmer. I didn't get much a chance growing up to swim, so I don't think I really learned.
And I would really prefer to not get in there,
It smells that bad, huh?
amongst other things. Yes.
Well, it looks like you two just volunteered to be on the home team. Maybe you guys can get that spa day.
Try not to wear out the orcs and the trolls while we're away, okay, Hex?
Wear out the orcs and trolls while you're away.
Try not to.
Hex can shake her head ashamed.
All right, after you, sir.
Here goes nothing. And in he goes.
Mm-hmm. So, give me a perception check. I mean, what do you got? Your goggles, they give you like some kind of like a night vision, low light vision, whatever.
Jet has inherent night vision. He also has a flashlight.
Mm-hmm. Orcs have thermal vision,
Low light.
low light vision. Okay, so there's not much of a problem. You jump hole. It is wide enough for you to get into, but you still have to half crawl the whole thing. And give me some kind of, I would say athletics, but it's not D. So
Swimming?
yeah, swimming test, as you have to half swim, half crawl through the hole, and there's no visible end in sight, right?
Okay. Huh, it's strength. Okay, cool.
Okay. The tunnel is not that big, and as you're crawling downward, you notice there's kind of like toilet knee or something as it goes down and
Wait,
back
what?
up.
Oh, like
Uh,
a trap
trap.
in a toilet? Okay.
Yeah, that thing. I'm not a plumber, sorry. So yeah, you go down a little bit, then you emerge, like from the water, a couple of ways off. You easily manage your breath. You know, you emerge on the other side, stinking and kind of, covered in dirty water stuff. And you emerge in a hole that seems to come out here. Just dot. As you have like a metro station, you have two sides of the tunnel that are. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, you kind of emerge in the,
Okay.
and it's totally dark. No light at all.
Okay. I'm going to kick on my
Black
flashlight.
darkness. Okay, give me a perception check. You can only see like a very small portion of the tunnel at a time, I assume, with the flashlight. As you move it around, it is kind of spooky. It is like an echo, no sounds, no movement except of dripping water, and most of it is dripping from you.
No echo, you
Really
said?
quiet. No, echo, totally echo.
Oh, okay. Because if there was no echo, I'd be like, nope, we're out. All right.
No.
Sends a message to Dante. Gets a little tight. halfway through, and we're definitely going to need a good dry cleaners. It's pitch black here, by the way.
Okay. So Dante's going to go through as well.
So I guess you're also rolling a bit, squeezing through and navigating the weird corridor thingy as you're underwater. Yeah, you sort of more or less do the same thing. You squeeze through and emerge like on the other side. And now, Jet, you get a little taste of how quiet it is as the corridor flows with this echo of someone just emerging out of the water, and then quickly dissipate, and it's totally silent, and it's like almost like in a horror movie, just your flashlight.
You know that old phrase about it being too quiet?
I do.
You ultrasound look around, and you notice a couple of, just lamps on the ceiling, a couple of wires along the sides of the tunnel, some of them missing, some of them stripped, some of them still there, and a metallic box with a switch on.
All right. I'll make my way over to the metallic box to look at it.
It is old, rusted, and it has like, I'll say, barely readable power sign.
Why not? Flip the switch.
Nothing.
I'll just shrug. Well, it was worth a try. And then I'll start walking down the corridor towards the coordinates.
Okay, Dante, you have some form of whatever, like low light vision in your goggles or something?
The ultrasound.
Just the ultrasound, okay.
Uh,
It extends how far?
I will look it up.
Okay.
and yeah, Jet slips his ballistic mask back on.
Mhm. Are you guys quiet?
I hope so.
Give me a stealth. What are you guys doing on the other side of the wet corridor?
I'm gonna do a matrix perception just to see kind of what the surrounding matrix looks like.
It is.
Anything particularly interesting?
The ultrasound max range is 50 meters.
Okay. That is jet stealthing. Pretty nice. Hex, you can feel an obvious void most of the places around you. You feel a faint reception towards the crowd of people, the walls, very faint. And it's less like you can access the matrix and look around, more like you feel like technomancy kind of signals coming out from those people. You feel like you could maybe get close enough to hack their devices if you wanted to. But there's no like matrix around you in the air.
Yes, what you're saying is I don't see the grid on, but I do see individual devices pinging in the area.
You more feel like you feel them than see them. Normally, you would expect it to go like you just enter the matrix and look around, and you have no matrix, but you feel the devices.
Okay.
It does feel a little off. So, what are you guys doing there? Anything special, or can I get back to Jet and Dante?
I'm good.
Yeah, I can just do a quick chat in the text for now.
Okay. So you guys are slowly going towards the X, I assume,
Yep.
with your sneaking and your perception.
Yep.
You take a, let's say, a 10-minute stroll up to the X point, and you reach. There's no interruption. No one sort of stands out. There's complete silence. Everything is eerie and silent. And you approach kind of crossroad where the tunnel goes like this. Continuation, and the tracks, which most of them are missing, way branch off over here. And where the X is right now, you find a chassis of a car. Is that the correct word?
Yeah.
Chassis or a frame?
Like the outer part. That will be the frame, right?
Shell?
The shell and most of some kind of a like truck. No
Okay.
tires, no lights. It's just backed up against the wall.
So it's just the body and the tires and lights have been stolen?
You're just kind of far away, looking it over with a flashlight, and it looks that way. If you want to get closer, give me a looking over check to see what do you see. Mm-hmm. So there are some bullet holes around the car on one of the sides. You find an empty trunk, and the trunk is more like the van car's back part, where they hold all the stuff. It is empty. You can see some paper in there. You can see some plastic ties in there. Everything is ripped to shreds. It is hard to say exactly how old everything is, since the car was probably old to begin with. Most of the stuff is missing. However, Dante, as you're looking the car over and thinking to yourself, yeah, I was kind of right. Everything is stripped down. Whatever. You're pretty sure with the corner of your eye you noticed some faint movement, almost like a glow, down the corridor. Although it is faintly, like almost, it makes no sound, so you might have been mistaken, but so.
Is there anything that would warrant me rolling for my combat sense?
Oh, cool, do that. I didn't know. I mean, it's nice of you to mention it.
Well, yeah, sure. I just double check on that.
Although, you know what? Go ahead, roll. It's a movement, and you're on edge and stuff. Meanwhile, Dante.
I'm just gonna walk towards the glow.
Okay, that was the wrong roll there.
Jet, does this like warrant some kind of a? Okay.
Still not great, but better than 0, I guess.
This adds to your perception, or this just separate kind of thing?
Is a perception test.
Okay. I'm gonna say, considering that Dante slowly, like gingerly, started moving towards the movement, you felt like a slight tinge of like, oh, something's there. Then Dante started moving there. Obviously, something. Dante,
Like,
you see.
that
Okay.
feeling?
No, more like a movement, like sudden.
Okay.
fearful, edgy movement. And Dante, you see someone scurrying out from like a hole in the wall. He just jumps out of there with this weird sort of like, and as I say jump, he actually like jumps out of there in the darkness. In the ultrasound, he looks like a more or less deformed humanoid shape. Jumps out of there and starts just like jumping away, sort of frog-like.
Okay.
He just jumps away, stops, and looks at you for a second. You can see that the glow emanates from every inch of skin he is not able to cover with a bunch of some kind of like bandages or something.
I'm waiting for like a wise old martial arts chinchilla to be next.
So, am I at the point where the hole was that he jumped out of, or am I still down the track some?
I mean, it's up to you. Do you want to move there, or do you want to just stop and not make him go away? Because he seems to be genuinely, whatever it is, it seems to be scared of just running away from you as you got closer, and it saw it was noticed.
Alright. I think I'm just gonna sit down and I'm going to wave at it a little bit.
There's like a period of silence. Gets then the whatever it is jumps on the wall, sticks to it, and says like, you guys got any food?
Jet pulls out a small box of cereal from somewhere in his jacket, tosses it towards the glow frog.
So immediately when you sort of take out the box of cereal, Dante, because you're closer, you can see the figures jerk in the direction of the food. But as it is scared of you, it stops. And when Jet throws the box, I assume like in front of the creature almost, it just jumps on the cereal and rips apart the package and starts like devouring whatever it can like get in his mouth. And like, picking the whatever got out of his hand from the ground and just shoving it in his mouth.
It's got a spoon packaged in there, man.
He doesn't listen. Oh, it doesn't listen, just shoving it in there and crunching away. As it sort of finishes, it gets a little closer to you. You can see what can only be described as a discount alley wrapped in sort of a lot of bandages, goggles on her head, its head, dirty clothing, and every inch of skin that is revealed while it's moving is glowing like a faint phosphorescent glow. And it's getting a little closer to you, and oh, that was good. Oh my god.
Extra marshmallows.
Oh, thank you. I didn't eat for days.
I can get a bunch more food for you if you want.
Really?
Sure.
Oh, I mean, you guys don't seem all that dangerous. What are you doing here?
We're just trying to find out what happened to that car back there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I can help you out with that.
Oh, could
Got
you?
some of that food you were talking about, and you can see there's a crack in his face bandages, and there's some kind of tongue that licks all over his lips, and it looks almost cartoony in how much tongue.
I don't have much with me. I wasn't planning on being around for long.
And we
But
can't get a signal to call out for pizza.
if you tell me what your favorite types of food are, I can bring some back specifically for you.
Um, any, I mean, guess something that lasts long. Recently I kind of started liking cat food. It grows on you.
I'm sure it does. I will bring you lots of cat food.
There's no visible change on his bandaged face. He gets a little closer and is like, um, uh, so what do I need to do for the food? I mean, what are you looking for? I was here. I'm always here.
I'll bring you some food regardless, just to help you out. And if you can help me out, it would be appreciated.
He eagerly nods his head and looks at you both. So what do you want to know?
Well, did you see what happened to the car?
Yeah. Um, it was attacked.
Do you know who
And
attacked it?
some orcs. Uh, but they dropped some of these, and he sort of like takes out a couple of like inhalers. And they are like just like nondescript inhalers. I mean, I don't touch that stuff. It smells funny. But they dropped this, and they were like weird.
Weird how?
He sort of jumps on the wall again, sticks to it, like starts talking to you, sort of like Spider-Man. Well, they were sort of yelling out loud, like, let me quickly. For Abrielle, something like that, and he seemed to be almost like high.
Do you know what these orcs look like?
Well, I think I could spot them. Maybe. I well, and he's Jet. Do you have your ballistic mask on still?
Yeah.
So he says something like, "Well, they kind of all look the same to me. I don't really know."
Okay. Do you know what color they were?
Um, orc color.
Yeah, but were they wearing anything? Like, were they wearing purple or green, or did they have paint on them?
Some of them had red. Some of them had like purple. But there were like a couple of them, and didn't.
Okay.
Um,
Are they the ones that took everything from the car?
well, not everything. They some of the things just opened up trunk and took stuff. The rest of the car went as, and he sort of like points at the hole of the tunnel, at some of the some like weird caves and holes in the walls. Others came, you know, and they sometimes visit for stuff. And they found the car. Rest of the stuff went a day after. I have no use for stuff like that. I mean, what would I do with it, right? And he stops laughing as soon as he sees, like, no joking.
I'm just trying to think of how I want to respond.
Mm-hmm.
We don't We didn't get a sample of the chip or anything, right?
I don't know. Any one of you has like drugs or anything like that? Substances, chemicals, whatever? Knowledge?
Are we able to get a connection to talk to each other?
They're not that far away. The connection may be a little sketchy, but yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then we're streaming.
Yeah,
As I
let's
said,
start
the
the stream.
connection is sketchy a little. It's like Jesus. What's the name of the show that they were just running in the woods? Blair Witch Project or whatever.
Yeah.
It's kind of like this one. Darkness and light, a shape on the wall, and people talking.
They're getting the audio though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So any one of you has some kind of knowledge they want to use, or should we just continue?
I don't have anything drug related.
The closest thing I have is like just a general street value knowledge skill.
I guess we can take one of the inhalers.
Mm-hmm. So like nothing to identify an inhaler by the whatever. So no, okay.
I mean, I did find those little things in the.
They don't look the same, and and you don't smell anything through the stream. So for now, okay. So as Dante is sitting and Jet is standing over there, and the guy is still sort of like jumps down and starts looking for some crumbles of came out of his mouth, food on the ground, and periodically looks at. I mean, if they came in here, there should be an exit somewhere, and he points at the branch tunnel.
Do you
Do you
think
know-
you could show us?
Yeah, I could show you. And then like a second later, he sort of almost frowns. It's hard to read expressions since he's covered in bandages. It's like, it will be dangerous. I don't like danger.
What's dangerous about it?
He sort of points at the car, and more specifically at the brittled part. And it's like, well, they were shooting things.
Oh, I just need you to show us the exit. I don't need you to go up with us.
Dante, roll something, maybe? Like,
Etiquette, maybe?
I'm wondering, Bams, does etiquette, like, concern uneducated things? Like, is it just general, interspecies relations, like talking and stuff?
Well,
Etiquette represents the level of understanding and awareness of proper social rituals.
If it's a creature that's evidently not social, would etiquette or just charisma or whatever?
it could also be a negotiation because you're trying to get him to do something in exchange for, potentially another thing.
Could be. I was just thinking to Asian roll or whatever.
I can certainly try rolling negotiation.
Mm-hmm. And also, Jet, as you spend time in here, you start picking up a weird feel. You're not exactly sure what it is, but it seems to be surrounding. What the hell?
I forgot to do the greater than 5.
Oh my God! You
6.
negotiated the crap out of him.
But it was 6 successes.
So that is pretty damn good.
Yeah. He looks at the cereal box at you. I mean, uh, you said you're gonna bring me cat. I think I can risk it.
I will bring you boxes of cat food.
You
And are
can
you good on
see.
water?
Huh? What did you say?
Are you good on water?
He extends a hand. You can see parts of his skin are glowing, but between his fingers you can see web. As he sort of, I'm great.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm great in water.
No, I mean, do you need water
Oh,
in addition to the cat food?
no, there's water here. And he sort of like to demonstrate it, he almost like jumps on the wall and you can see leaking pipe, and he just licks the wall.
Okay. It'll be easier on my back.
Uh, do you want to go now? I mean, I can show you a. I mean, there's a door, and he points generally in the direction of the metallic structure, the metallic barricade. There's a door over there. You could walk through it.
This feeling that I'm getting, can I, like, is it a foreboding feeling or anything like that? Can I put my finger
Hmm.
on how it's making me feel?
Mm,
Or is it just
I'm-
weird?
I wanna check. You don't have any kind of like. I'm looking.
I mean, combat sense relates specifically to
I
danger.
know. Nothing combat oriented. Would you maybe roll your edge attribute?
Sure. Okay.
Hmm. Nice.
You went
So
straight Yoda there.
as you sort of stand in there, and Dante is handling like the negotiation, is talking to this person or whatever, you start humming like a song, and then you catch yourself and like, what the hell is this thing? I mean, it is it's just like almost like a combat situation. Why am I humming? And still, you feel like almost like a need, like or like a feeling that makes you wanna like do stuff, like hum, like this weird inspiration almost.
DNI to Dante. Something's up. I feel like singing.
I mean, I've heard you sing before. Please don't.
No, like, I don't want to, but something is influencing me. I feel inspired. It's like I caught the spirit.
All right. Well, then
Hallelujah.
let's get moving then. And Dante will talk to the glow frog. Yeah, can you show us now? We kind of are pressed for time.
Oh, sure. And he starts like spider walking down the wall in this direction.
Quick question. The
Mm-hmm.
humming that I feel like doing, is it a specific melody or just like a tuneless thing?
I'm gonna assume you know a couple of songs, so it's like it's more of a feeling to do something, to
It's
express yourself.
it's
Okay.
clearly a theme song, right? To something in a movie.
Well, I already have the soundtrack app on me, so
I mean, like a kung fu movie or something.
okay. So it's not something that I don't know.
No, it's not like a foreboding song that you feel like singing out of nowhere. No. It's just like more of a compulsion to, you know, you feel like more spring in your step. You know, you feel inspired,
And this
if
is
anything.
Okay.
just Jet.
Yeah, this is just Jet. You nothing, and it does look a little weird. I mean, he's not walking the professional sort of Shadowrunner type of way. It does seem like a little off.
I want to strut.
Sometimes that's all you can
Yeah.
do.
So, are you not coming back for the guys? You're just walking down the corridor right now, right?
Come on, bud.
Well, we should probably take our first break.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll see you guys in a couple minutes.